Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel. I am a self-published author, and that basically means that I write, publish, market my books all by myself. Today we're gonna be doing a cash stuffing. Real quick, my cash stuffings are on a zero-based budget, which means that I take my income, subtract all of my bills and all my variable expenses like my ties, and then whatever money is left over is what I cash stuff with. That money I budget so that every single dollar that I have has a job. That's what a zero-based budget is. And then cash stuffing is where you just separate your money into different categories. You can do one of these things without doing the other, but having them combined is my favorite way to budget because it's been the most effective for me. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it today and just talk as we work. So first off, the money is in my aesthetic dollar crossbody bag. I love this bag so much. I highly recommend it. I will link it down below actually. And then I have my aesthetic dollar chic wallet in here, the A6 wallet. She herself has said that it doesn't really fit in here, that none of her wallets do except for the A7. It's true. In order to get this, so I have my money bag, my wallet, and my coin pouch in here, and in order to get this to zip, I do have to like really make it snug. So it does fit, but it is a really tight fit. So it is something to be aware of, that your wallet probably won't fit in here, but it's great anyway. I love it so much. It's the best. So I'm gonna take out my wallet, my money bag, and this super cute coin pouch I just got from her. I got it because we're going to Scotland soon, and I thought most of the time I'm gonna have my backpack with me, but on the occasions that I don't, I want to just take this, and so I want to be able to just stuff my wallet. And this wallet does not have a coin pouch in it. So, I mean, I could have a flyleaf in it, but I don't. And so to have a coin pouch in here, or if I just want to take my debit card out and put it in here rather than carrying stuff around, I can. So anyway, just wanted to show those because they're pretty, and I thought you guys should know that they're there and you should get them. Let me get my money together. So I have, my money is kind of split up because what I did is there was some money that I had taken out. We need to go back to the bank, so I used that money to help me to be part of the money that I'm using today. So let me see here. Okay. There we go. All right, so today we should be cash stuffing $526, I think. We're gonna see if it's all correct. So let me turn these around too, because I like to count from lowest to highest. I used to in my wallet before I started cash stuffing, my money was always smallest bills up front. I think because you use them more often. But now that I cash stuff, it's so much easier to count when you count the big bills first. So if you ever wonder why I do it that way, that's why. So we have 100, so 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, 1. I don't always use 100, so it's hard to remember how far back in the cash tray I need to go. 51, 50, 20, 40, 60, 80, 20, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80. I swear. 10, 20, 30, 40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 516. What did I say? 526. I think it's because when I went to the bank, I had a separate cash slip, and so basically I had money that needed to go back to the bank, and I used it to put in my cash for cash stuffing this week rather than taking it back and taking it out. And so I had to redo my cash stuffing slip for the teller. When I did it, I didn't do it correctly, and so she had said that there was a 10 that was off, so she didn't take the 10. So that's why we're at 516 instead of 526, which is fine. It won't matter today. So let's get into it. This week we are really not stuffing a lot of my more basic categories because since we're going to Scotland, things like spending money, money for miscellaneous stuff like that, I don't want to stuff because I'm gonna need to get it I'm gonna have to have it transferred over to the correct currency anyway, and I'm probably gonna use my debit card most of the time, so it didn't make sense to actually do cash stuffing with it. And then also, I filmed a cash check-in a while ago, and the footage was all crappy, and so I couldn't use it. But in it, I decorated my binders, and so now you guys finally get to see how I decorated them. Isn't she so cute? So this is my long-term, or my high priority sinking fund, so this is like highest priority. This is the stuff that if I have to cut categories out one month because I can't afford to stuff in all of them, these are the ones that I usually try to keep because they are my highest priority, obviously, hence the name. So, and a lot of this is like homestead themed because that's kind of like my goal, is to eventually save up for a homestead. Okay, so air conditioner. Oh, I need my budget, duh. Rachel. I'm all ready to start talking, but I don't even know what I'm saying. So this is the page I'm going to be looking at while I'm doing this. This is where I write down how much I'm stuffing and everything. So air conditioner is getting 48, and this one I'm really not concerned about because I'm actually going to take this money right to the bank because I'm going to buy the air conditioner. Because I now have enough money. So the money is no longer in here because that money I used to kind of take back to the bank because I'm already going to buy it. And it ended up being less than I thought. So I was saving $300 and it ended up needing only like $220. So yay, we fixed it early. So what this is basically I made these as like kind of savings challenges to go in my regular envelopes. So if I know how much something's going to cost me or how much I want to save in an envelope, so for this one I wanted to save $300, and I knew that I needed to have this saved in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish weeks, I would just break up the total into 7 amounts and then each week save one of those amounts until I get to 300. It's just a very simple way to make the cash stuffing consistent if you're trying to save a certain amount in a certain amount of time, because that way you can see how much progress you have, how much left you have to do, and it really keeps you on task. That's why I like these. But I can take this out now because now that I have an air conditioner, I don't need to buy another one. So that's cool. That makes me very happy. This one is done. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Okay. So I'm actually just going to set this money aside to go back to the bank. I think I'll actually put it in my bank bag so that I don't forget about it. Watch me forget about it and find it in my next cash stuffing and go, oh, I have more money than I thought I did. Happens every time. Okay, beauty and health. I am not stuffing because this is one of those things that I'm just going to have available to myself in my debit card or in my checking account via my debit card, because since we're traveling, I don't want to have to carry a bunch of cash and have to have it transferred over to the correct currency. Editor is getting stuffed. Since we're getting close to when I'm going to need my editor, I'm actually saving 128. 5, 1, 2, 3. 128. So I don't think I actually used. I don't think I actually used like these amounts, so we're gonna have to figure this out together real quick. So 128 minus 32 minus 32, so that's 2 32s, right? Minus 32, so 4 32s. Okay, cool. I can do that. Oh, I split it up into 32s. That's what I did when I was budgeting last week. I split it up like this because I was getting down to the wire and I wasn't checking them off fast enough. So I just made it easier for myself by, stripping it down to the same amount each week rather than different amounts. Which I could make like a regular savings challenge for this where you just fill in the bubbles and every bubble is the same amount. And maybe I'll do that in the future. I don't know. We like to test things out around here and see how they work, and then sometimes we don't keep them. Sometimes we do. So that was 4, right? Yes. Editing Rachel will catch it if I'm wrong. Okay, so let me let that dry for a second. And actually, now that we have 200, I can grab a placeholder. So I have a 200 in here. $200. And I can put this 100 back. And what a placeholder is if you take money out of an envelope and put it in the bank in like your savings account to accrue interest or just to be in a safe place, or if you do what I do, which I have this, what I call a cash binder. Basically this binder is where I keep cash for things that I don't need right now, but I will need eventually. And I'm trying to remember if I wrote this in permanent marker or in wet erase. Yeah, okay, so I used wet erase. It's good to know. So what I do is now there's going to be $200 in here. When I get to usually $100, I will put that money in this binder. The reason is when I need to make change for myself or I want to condense bills into having less amounts. So let's say I have, you know, 4 20s in an envelope and I want to change it out. 5 20s in an envelope. I want to change it out for a smaller amount of bills. I could, you know, come in here, put the 5 20s in here and take out 100 and it would still be the same amount of money total in here, but it would be different bills. So that's why I do this, is so that I have these bills available to me at all times to make whatever change I need to make and whatnot. And then also when I want to get the money out to pay for something, if I'm paying in cash especially, it gives me the opportunity to choose what kind of bills I want to use. Do I want to pay this person in 20s, 100s, whatever. So it just gives me a little bit more freedom that way. So now in editor we have 200, 220, 230, 235, 240, 241, 242, 243. So we're getting there, and I did estimate wrong. It's going to be around 375/400 because now that the book has the first draft done, I can better estimate how many words it's going to be, and when you pay the editor, it's based on word count. So it's going to be closer to 375/400, which is less than I thought it would be because I thought it would be like 500. So that's great. Miscellaneous is not getting stuffed because once again, those are both things that I'm going to be using while we're gone. So I didn't want to stuff cash in here and then have to change it later. Pets is also getting skipped. One thing I'd like to mention is that this month is a lot tighter for me personally. And I've talked to a lot of authors who are also having a tighter month because people are boycotting Amazon. And I just wanted to take a quick second and say that if you're someone who is boycotting Amazon, like I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do, but I'm going to tell you that most of the businesses that sell things on Amazon are not Amazon themselves. Most of the things you buy on Amazon, unless it's like Amazon Basics, are actually sold by other companies. A lot of the time, small businesses. Amazon allows small businesses and authors like myself, which is kind of a small business, to sell our product to a wider audience. They also take care, like for me, they print and ship my books. I don't print them, I don't ship them, Amazon does that. So many things Amazon does for us small business owners that make it easier for us to find more people to buy our product or read our books and support us financially. So when you boycott Amazon, you're boycotting small business owners, you're boycotting authors, you're boycotting a lot of people who sell specifically through Amazon because it's such a convenient place to sell, and Amazon is set up so well to help us find people who will buy our products. It's a really big deal. And so when you guys boycott Amazon, you're boycotting small business owners, not just me as an author, but a lot of people. So please, I mean, you can do whatever you want, you're an adult, but think about it when you do that, that when you're boycotting something like that, you're not just boycotting like Jeff Bezos. He does not care whether or not you boycott him. He's got enough money, he does not care. But the small business owners who sell through his website do care, and it makes a really big difference to us. So I would encourage you to really think about it, because it hurts us. Like this month is my lowest income ever. Well, not ever, but in a couple of years. And it hurt a lot when it came to budgeting this month. The reason you see this amount of money right here is because it's my birthday coming up and I had some gifts. Otherwise, it would have been a lot lower this month. So just think a little bit about it before you decide to boycott things, because not just with Amazon, but a lot of places, you're not just boycotting the CEOs, you're boycotting a lot of the employees, you're boycotting people like me, and it's a lot more of a domino effect than you realize. So I just wanted to alert people, not to like chastise you, but just in case you were unaware of what it does to other business owners. It's a really big deal. So please just kind of take a second to think about it before you decide whether or not to boycott. Okay, so Homestead is getting 40 this week. Let's see. We could do 15, 15, and 10, right? 30 and 40, yeah. We'll do that. And Homestead is saving up to buy a farm. I don't know what the savings challenge is specifically for, like if it's going to be like to save for the farm itself, to save for horses eventually, because that's one of my biggest dreams is to have horses. I rode horses through high school and in college, and it's like a huge part of my personality. So I'm thinking I might start a horses savings challenge eventually when a lot of these other ones are done. When I have more space in my life for the, you know, spending that kind of money, I would do it. And I would think I would borrow Emily from the Aesthetic Dollar. She has a horses savings challenge, and I like the way she has her set up in the category she has, so I'd probably borrow her kind of setup for that, because I think that'd be great. Okay, so our goal is $1,000. This is savings challenge. It's $1,000 in 52 weeks, so it's split up over the year. So each week gets an amount on here, and you get to kind of pick and choose which ones you want to do. So if you're in a week where you have a lot less money, you have a lot less available to you, you could choose the lower amounts. If you're in a week where you have a little bit more and you could afford it, you could choose the bigger amounts, or you could do extra hearts if you need to. You could do less if you can't afford it. It's kind of just up to you and your budget, which is great. So 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 250, 255, 260, 265. And I know that some of these envelopes could probably be condensed, but we're going to save that for another video so that I have things to show you in the future. Spending is not getting stuffed because, once again, I'll be using that on my trip and I didn't want to physically stuff it and then have to change it. Yearly subscriptions is getting 70. I'm thinking of getting the EveryDollar app, and it's free, but most of the functions that really make it a worthwhile app you have to pay for, and it's like $70 or $80 a year, and I'm thinking of doing it, and I probably will, honestly, because I would like as much accountability for my spending as I possibly can have, because I want to be really conscientious. So yeah, if you have it and you've liked it, you should comment down below whether or not it's been worth it for you, if you're on the plan where you pay for it, because I would love to know your guys' thoughts. So we have 100, 150, 170, 190, 200. Yay! And I could put a placeholder in here, but I'm going to wait till the next video so I have more to do in the next video. And then Be Kind to Yourself is getting stuffed because I am trying to prioritize that in my life. You might think that that's not really the most prioritizing type thing, like it shouldn't be a big deal to stuff an envelope that's just like treat yourself type stuff, but I don't care. So this is in place of my rewards envelope. I got rid of the rewards envelope and I'm doing this instead. So, oh, I need to check off the next 2 bubbles because I put in 10, right? Yeah. It's really, in my opinion, it's like one of the most important things you can do is make life and money still enjoyable for yourself in the midst of budgeting, because if you just hate it all the time, you won't stick with it. You need to have some enjoyment in the process, otherwise it's just gonna be misery. So right now we have 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, it's this way. I'm not used to using these envelopes anymore because I stopped doing regular savings challenges. Which, who knows, I might go back to eventually. I don't know. Okay, so that is it for high priority. Next we have low priority. Isn't she so pretty? Look at all the green. I love it. This one is from the Aesthetic Dollar. She doesn't have it right now. I wish she did because it's gorgeous. This dashboard here. Okay, so low priority book cover is getting skipped because I don't need a book cover right now. Concert is getting skipped. I want to start saving in this so badly because I want to go and I know how expensive it is, but I need to wait until next month when my income is not so dismal, hopefully. Please buy books, guys. Please buy books. Authors need you. Chair is getting 85 because this chair that I currently sit in is from hell. And I am tired of being in pain and being sore. So we're getting a desk chair. That's just what's going to happen. So let's figure out what I'm coloring in here. I said 85, right? So let's do, what's 25 and 35? My brain's not functioning. 60 plus 25 would be 85, right? Okay, so we'll do these two and the 25. And the desk chair I want is not cheap. I could get a cheaper one, but the thing with getting cheaper ones, because I've done that, you know, you get it and then a year or two later you're having to buy a new one again. And I would like to get one that's nicer so that it lasts, because I sit all day long. So let's count what we have so far in desk chairs. So we have 50, 100, 20, 40, 50, 55, 60. So 160 in desk chairs so far. Make sure that's dry. And then Christmas is getting 50. So now it has 100, 150, 200, 210, 211, 212, 213, 214. So Christmas, what about, I'll have to add it up to see which ones. Okay, so it is 11, 11, and 14. I thought maybe I had budgeted that way, but I wasn't sure. And I get questions sometimes about online spending, like how do you do that when you don't always use cash? And the thing about that is that you keep a buffer in your bank account. So as much as is, you know, reasonable for you to do, it could be $50, $100, $1,000. And what happens is whenever you make a purchase, I'll actually show it to you guys here in a second. Whenever you make a purchase with your debit card or online, write it down in a notebook, or if you keep like a mini notebook in your purse. The Aesthetic Dollar has these spending trackers that you keep in your wallet. So when you buy something with your debit card or spend online, you pop this open, write down what it was, and then when you get home, you go through, or like once a week or whatever, you make a habit of it, going through here and going, okay, so I spent $20 out of eating out. So then you go to your eating out envelope, you take the 20 out, set it aside, and you do that with all the things you bought. Then the money you took out, you go and you take it back to the bank. So that's essentially how that works. Whatever works for you, what you need to do is just document when you spend money online, go through and take that money out of your envelopes and take it back to the bank, is essentially how that works. Eating out, we're not stuffing because of Scotland. Kindness, we are stuffing it. It's getting 5. And you got to play around with it and figure out what system works for you. You may find that you don't like, you know, having something in your wallet. You need something on your phone or whatever. It doesn't matter, just as long as you're keeping track and paying yourself back is basically the point. And then there's also these little trackers. I think she sells these on their website too, on the Aesthetic Dollar, where you can keep track of what you've, not only what you've spent out of an envelope, but whether or not that money has been taken out of the envelope, which is nice because if you can't remember the last time you kind of like checked your online spending or your bank account spending, you can go back to this and be like, oh, okay, I did that. I can check it off, you know? So that's really nice. Okay, so medical is getting stuffed. It's getting 20. So we now have 100, 20, 40, 60, 160 in there. Non-essentials not getting stuffed. Renovations is not getting stuffed. Self-care is getting 10. I will need to get a haircut sometime in the future. Although my hair, I got it cut pretty short last time to get rid of as much of my old red hair color as I could. So I'm trying to go back to my natural, and now it's shorter than I generally like. So I'm not in a rush to get a haircut because I really want it to keep growing out, but I know that it needs a haircut in order to like stay healthy. All right, so now we have just 2030. And my haircuts are not super expensive, so it's not a big deal. But it's just nice to save up for it so that it's not something that all of a sudden I'm like, oh no, I owe $75 and I don't have it, you know? Better to be prepared. And next is holidays. We upgraded the binder with all of our little bits and things. I'm hoping Emily will sell, because this little card is from her shop. It was a freebie during Christmas time. I'm hoping she's going to sell these little cards with like dashboard stuff on them because they're so cute and they're the perfect size and I love them so much. And this is actually like her thank you card. I just thought it was pretty. Okay, so Mom is getting stuffed for her birthday. So for her birthday, she now has 50, 70, 90, 91, 92, 93. Which actually next week, I think we're going to take out all of these ones. Because I now have all of my ones are in this money bag from the Aesthetic Dollar. And that's going to be a savings challenge of just like random ones that float around. They go in here. So I think we're going to take all of the ones out of here that can't be condensed into like 5s. We're going to take them and put them in that. I think that'd be fun. Dad is getting 10. I don't know why I haven't stuffed this sooner because I really need to start getting a crack on my dad's birthday stuff. Friend's birthday is getting 5 because those ones always sneak up on me and I'm never prepared. Family birthdays is getting 5. Same thing, they always sneak up. Gifts is getting skipped. Mother's Day, I think, is fully funded, honestly, and so is Father's Day. Halloween is getting 15. Okay, so that's where the 10 was missing from. And then Christmas is getting 5. I'm not going to stuff the 5 in Christmas because I don't really care that much right now. I need to start stuffing Christmas so that when it comes to buying Christmas decor in the fall, I'll be ready to pay for it. But right now I'm going to stuff Halloween because I want to start preparing for building my own costume, and I know it's going to be expensive, so. Plus, Halloween decorations, I always want more. 5, 10, 15 in Halloween now. Come on, there we go. All right, and then we're not stuffing anything else right now. Okay, and that is it. We covered everything. I hope that this also like answered some questions. And if you have other questions, please put them down below and let me know what they are, and I will do my best to answer them. If you have other things you'd like to see, always let me know. And oh, for May, content might be a little bit sparse in May because we're gonna be traveling. I'm gonna film while we're traveling vlogs, but they're not gonna get edited until I get home. So you might not see very much of me in May, but I'll see bunches of you in June because I'll have lots of vlogs from Scotland to be uploading, so keep an eye out for those. Anyways, if you're still here, you're awesome. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!